So you're thinking about moving to Bowness, the northwest quadrant of Calgary. And you want to know just what it's like, the good, the bad, the yin and the yang, the pros and the cons. Well, I'm going to give that to you, and we're going to do it live from skating on the lagoon at Bowness Park. So let's get into it. Look, if this is your first time to the channel, I help people just like you buy, sell, and relocate to Calgary every single day. Hey, my name is Charmaine, and I'm with the Living in YYC Real Estate Group. If you're thinking of making a move in 9 days or in 90, make sure you subscribe to the channel, tap the bell for notifications so you can get the latest of all the market conditions for anywhere around Calgary and our surrounding areas. And please make sure you reach out. Me and my team, we're happy to answer all of your questions about what it's like living in Calgary, the real estate market, and any other questions that you just have in general. So let's hop into the pros and cons of Bowness. And yes, we're coming to you live from skating on the Bowness Lagoon. Let's jump into it. So the first thing that is amazing about Bowness, and I talked about it in the past 2 videos, is the location. So you can't beat where Bowness is located, like in proximity to stuff in the city and also outside of the city. So within 10 minutes of Bowness, you're at both of our, Alberta Children's Hospital, the Foothills Hospital, University of Calgary, 20 minutes to downtown. You're half an hour away from the Calgary airport. You can't ask for a better location in terms of what you get for the value of living in the community of Bowness. Like I'm right now, if you can see, like if we take a look down, we're skating at Bowness Park. And that brings me to the next thing that I absolutely love about Bowness is the amenities that are in the community. So if you were to live on the west side of Bowness, you're walking to Bowness Park. Even on the east side, you could walk, although it's a little bit far, you probably take the bus or drive. But, you have Bowness Park, which there's no other amenity like this in the city in terms of what this park offers. So you have skating in the winter time, and this is open, 7 days a week, weather dependent, and they keep the ice pretty good. Every night and morning, the Zamboni comes out and clears it off and keeps it in really good shape. I did a lap around. The ice is perfect. So right across the river, you've got Baker Park, and then up is Beaumont Park, which spans 154 hectares all the way over to the other side of Bowness, the east side going into Montgomery. Then you have Dale Hodges Park. So all of that provides nature walking trails. You have off-leash dog parks. There's hidden waterfalls in there. Again, this is all within the walking distance of Bowness. So if you're an active person, even if you're not super active, you can get out every day and get your steps in not walking through the city. Like you can be immersed in nature. Very easy to de-stress at the end of the day. Come down to the park, take a lap around or just walk through nature. Get some, tree cleansing in. All right. And then, the other thing that I love about Bowness, for everything that is offered into the community, Bowness is affordable. So affordability in Bowness. So in 2024, the average home price in the community was $690,000, $693 to be exact. However, there is tons of homes available at the lower end of the market. We have apartments and townhomes. And then of course, if you're looking for your custom builds, you can go excess of $1 million, up to $3 million. 3.2 was the highest sold in 2024. So there is a wide range for everyone. And that's why I love Bowness, because for everything that this community offers, it's accessible to every single level in the market. So whether you're a first-time home buyer, an investor, or you want to downsize, this is the perfect place. And it's a, afternoon, of course, all the kids are in school, and it's a little bit chilly out today, but you can see all around me, like this place is beautiful and it's free, it's accessible to everybody. And, not just, you don't have to live in Bowness to be here, but you don't have to worry about parking. You can just walk down. We're coming up here, and this is another thing that's great about what I love about being here and Bowness Park and the convenience of being in the community. So you can see right behind me, that over there. So that's the wading pool, and that's open, of course, in the summertime. But again, it's perfect for your kiddos to come cool off on a hot summer day. What we're skating on right now, this is the lagoon, and you can definitely go paddleboarding, kayaking, and canoeing. I would not recommend swimming in here. It's kind of gross, but hey, I've seen kids do it. I know I did it when I was younger also. So the other thing that I absolutely love about Bowness and what attracts people to the community is the community and the community spirit. You won't find any other neighborhood in Calgary that's just like Bowness. You hear about the 2013 floods. At that time, the entire community came together, neighbors helping neighbors, but that doesn't just happen once a year or when there's a tragedy. You find that every single day. If you watched my vlog tour, you know that I'm from Bowness. I'm a Bownesian, and that's something that you carry in your heart, and it's something that is just ingrained inside of you. And I'm sure you can look up and see what it means to be a Bownesian, but to me, and this is who I am to my core, we're the salt of the earth type people. We will give you the shirt off our backs. If we see somebody in distress or somebody that needs help, we will help you. And that is what you're going to find with the community of Bowness and with the people that live here. It's the people that make this community what it is, and it's hard to describe. And I would love to say that I'm trying to communicate it to you, but the passion that I have for this area is I would do anything for Bowness and for the people of Bowness. I absolutely love it. Now, there's a few things that you have to be aware of when you're considering moving to Bowness. And I tried, what are the cons and what do I think about as somebody who grew up here and somebody that's lived in Calgary all my life? What would be a con of Bowness? Well, I think the biggest thing, and it's not really Bowness's fault whatsoever, it's the aging infrastructure. So Bowness was established in the early 60s. All of the underground infrastructure is old and it's aging, and we saw that this summer with the water main break. Now, would that deter somebody from moving to Bowness? I don't think so. What I would say to that is, if you're considering moving into any established community in Calgary, you have to be aware that infrastructure is aging, and it's like anything, it's only meant to last so long. I think the problem is all of the high density homes that are going up in Bowness. Can the infrastructure handle it? And that is what is being argued right now at City Hall. The local councillor, she had asked for a moratorium on new builds and just a pause, and it was turned down. And her rationale for it is, let's just make sure that the infrastructure can handle all of the building. But building has to build. So here we are. And then also too, the other thing is the trees. Now, I love the trees. The trees here versus, moving into a newer neighborhood or a newer community, they're huge and they're big and they make you feel grounded. However, the trees, can cause root problems. So, and it's not just unique to Bowness. This is for any older neighborhood. You would have this issue. And so something to be aware of. If you don't want to deal with these issues, or if you don't want to have that, in the back of your mind, then maybe this isn't something for you. But I don't think, to me, it's not a deterrent. It just adds to the charm of the neighborhood. The other thing that I want to say, that would be, a con, I guess, or, not such a good thing. Bowness is not transit friendly in the sense that there's only a couple buses that run through here. There's no C train. So in order to get anywhere else in the city, you have to get on the bus, get to a train station and transfer and go. So it's a couple buses. Like if you work downtown, perfect. You can get on the one bus and it gets you right to downtown. But if you were going down south or to Northeast Calgary, you have to go downtown, get on a train. Like, it's just a couple different transfers, whereas, or go up to Crowfoot. Like, there's just no local transit or an easy way to get to the train station. So, and outside of Bowness, if you didn't have a car, it would be really difficult. So that's, again, a deterrent maybe, but something to consider when you're moving here. And it's hard for me to say, like, what are the other things that would be an issue? And those are the biggest. Crime is not really an issue in Bowness. I think, just like anywhere in Calgary, there's some good areas, and it has a few rough streets, but that's anywhere in any big city. You're going to find that. So for the most part, I hope that helps with the pros and cons for, Bowness. And again, I couldn't find very many because there just isn't. This is a really great place to live. So if you are thinking about moving 9 days or 90 days, make sure you subscribe to our channel, tap the bell for notifications, and please reach out. If you have any questions and want to know more about Bowness or Calgary, or if you just have some real estate questions that you just don't know who to answer, make sure you give us a call. Me and my team are here, and we're waiting for you to call. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you around town.